makes this the most ideal way to climb.
Ouray, Colorado, just east of Telluride, site of North America's first ice park. In an unprecedented cooperation joining ice climbers, landowners, and local business, water has been artificially tapped and directed to flow over natural cliffs, creating a rich variety of ice climbs. Colorado local Duncan Ferguson is one of the true masters of ice climbing. Duncan has been climbing for almost 30 years and a professional guide for 20.
Ice climbing is a contrived sport. I mean, it's a ridiculous activity. I started ice climbing for something to do in the winter. Probably the same reason most of us started, you know, because you couldn't go rock climbing all year long. And I think I really enjoyed the subtleties and complexities of it. When the ice runs out and you've got to climb on the rock, the thing that's really critical is that you start thinking about these things you got in your hands as appendages. And by placing the pick deep into the crack and then turning it a little bit, what you're getting is enough torque on it to hold it in. And one of the keys here is to keep pressure on it. And as soon as you let go, it's going to pop right out. Anytime you can find a good constriction, you can often get a really good cool torque in here. Sometimes they're wonderful, just like this, and other times they border on the ridiculous, like that. They're both valid and both very secure. Whether you've got single points, mono points like this, or your more standard double points, they work on rocks just as your rock shoes would, just they don't have as much friction. They not only work on little edges, but they work just fine in cracks too, especially little thin ones. It's all in the realm of possibility. These new tools are so efficient. You know, it is a bunch of mental and physical puzzles. I mean, if climbing ice or climbing rock was all like climbing ladders, we'd all have quit a long time ago. You can often gain a little bit of thickness, a little bit of ice depth by swinging at an angle. Sort of like this. Sometimes you get fracturing, sometimes not. But in good ice, it'll give you just that little extra bit to hook your tools on. You're creating little platforms. You're not blasting. You ruin your tools and the ice by hitting too hard. It really requires, for me, a strong element of control, and I like that. It's as much a cerebral and mental activity as it is a physical one, probably even more so, because of the nature of the climbing. Good judgment comes from experience, and experience is most often the result of bad judgment. The expensive drop, whether you reach the top or not, is almost immaterial as long as you have a good time and you do it safely.
Located next to the Ophir Wall in southern Colorado is the beautiful area known as Crack Canyon. Duncan and Lyle teamed up to take on the coveted 2-pitch Crack Canyon ice fall.
Pretty good. This climb is a treat. I mean, it's so nice to get good protection, rock protection, on hard ice climbing. The moves are just such a treat going across the ramp. It actually lets you use some of those techniques and skills that you wouldn't dare try 50 feet out from a bad screw. At least I wouldn't. I mean, it's been so warm, and there's so much going on. Lots of stuff falling down. You could see daylight behind the icicle, and pulling around and committing to it, to me, was the scariest part. Way more scary than the hard rock moves. The heel hook is a real big help, and actually when it was difficult, it was really critical for me. It actually allowed me to rest a little bit there in the really tight spot. Okay, you're on.
Today it was just so warm, and so the ice was kind of hollow and rotten in a lot of spots, and it was hard to find good sticks. I evaluate the ice by the sound when I hit it with tools, and also just visually looking at it, I could tell that it was going to be potentially very fragile.
It's a really pretty climb. It has such a nice line. You actually have something to follow, nice terrain and exposure in this canyon. It's just great. I mean, it's just beautiful. Can't wait to come back and go rock climbing here.
Because just last week or something, I was climbing and there was another guy there and he was like, I had just stubbed the pillar and it went really well. You know, I just felt smooth. And this guy said, hey, don't you know women aren't supposed to ice climb? Alright. Well, see you in a bit. Okay. Ooh, awesome. You can't fall ice climbing because you got to think that you've got sharp tools in either hand and really sharp things on your feet, and all of them will catch in the ice. If they don't catch in the ice, they'll catch on your body, and you can get really nasty injuries that way. Big one! Sorry. The climb was a lot of fun. The ice was good. The belay was good. The view was good. Everything was good. Trying to find a partner sometimes is a bit difficult. It's nice to climb with a girl. I don't know, you usually end up climbing with your boyfriend or else some guy, and then he expects you to go to bed afterwards. No, we better not say that.